Hey everyone, Tech here. Welcome to Tech's Tavern. Grab a brew, pull up a chair, and let's continue our Let's Play on Crusader Kings 2 Croatia. And welcome back. Sorry for the slight delay, lots of things going on, but we won't dwell on all those boring real-life issues. So let's go ahead and continue with our Let's Play here. And this is really one of my main Let's Plays that I'm going to continue going with. And I know some of you guys are saying, man, you got some crazy stamina to keep going with this, like 95, or I guess this will be 96. But I have fun with this game, playing it from time to time. And I do want to see it through, because this is like a great story. I'm even thinking about, after I get done with this, I'm going to go hire me a amateur author to write the life history. Okay, whatever. Let's go ahead and continue. Thanks for all the comments and comments and questions and suggestions and all that from the last episode. A couple of those I'll cover here really quick before we kind of get into the main gist of everything. One I had, I think it was Gekames who said something about Poland. Yeah, I think you're right on the Poland thing of an ally, because I think we used to be an ally at one point. But maybe that was like a king or two ago, and I just kind of was a slip of the tongue. And we've always been on pretty good relations with Poland, but I'm probably going to screw that up here on this episode, because I'm thinking more and more the more I've thought about it. We don't really have many other opportunities right this minute. I mean, I guess I could go pull some little county or somebody somewhere, but I'm thinking Poland is probably my best option right now. So I'm kind of looking at maybe, before I started this video, I do like I usually do, and I spend about 10 minutes or so looking around and getting an idea what's going on. And I got a little plan there, and I'll show it to you guys here in a second, and we'll see how it goes. But a couple other things. One person I know was asking a lot of questions. One was about the plots. Yeah, I haven't been messing with the plots lately, because a lot of times, and I know I don't show them on camera. Again, if you're newer to the series, usually before each recording, I will sit for at least 5 to 10 minutes and look things over and try to kind of get a general gist of what's going on. That way I don't kind of slow things down like I am right now, clicking through a lot of menus and things. But usually I look at these plots, and all these plots are like to revoke. I mean, 99% of them are to revoke for one intrigue. And to be honest, to me, it's... I mean, I guess in the greater schemes of things, it's maybe worth it, but it ain't worth it to me to even mess with it. And then they got things here like, you know, assassinate my grandson. Why would I want to do that? I'm not going to do that. He's probably going to be my heir, you know. He's probably going to be the king, you know, 30 episodes from now or something. I don't know. And this one is to kill my cousin. And it doesn't even show what the reward is. Maybe if I click it on play for 1 second. Whoops. Slow it down just a little bit. If I let it run for a second, sometimes I know, sometimes on the game things will not update until you... see, it's not even showing a success criteria. So, I mean, again, that's why I don't generally mess with the plots a whole lot. So, a couple things I was looking at. One here, one thing, I need to reassign some of my council members. One person brought up, don't bother with putting your steward on oversee construction. Yeah, because usually, and I agree with that, usually what ends up happening is, yeah, it'll save you, you know, a couple of months or something, but then 9 times out of 10, then you forget to move them to something else, and so then it's just wasted time. So I'm just gonna have him move back to Crusader for now. And now a couple other things, and I'll let this run. We'll let it run slow for a minute here and see if any events pop up for our attention. Carlo has been imprisoned. Damn them Transylvanian people! They're always imprisoning people over there. First of all, we got Magnum PI here, our Chancellor, and he's currently fabricating a claim in Galicia, and I don't really want him to do that anymore. Actually, what I think I'm going to do, I got a two-pronged idea here that we're going to try. In looking over our factions, one of the factions is getting dangerously large a little bit. This one here, the Duke Matthias II for Hungary, is up to almost a quarter of the armies of men of myself. So I don't really like that. I kind of have two options here to try to squish this down. One is I can kind of put our Chancellor over there to improve relations so that maybe at some point it would go away. The other option is you can assassinate either the guy who's the claimant, or you can assassinate this guy who's the leader, and that could get rid of it. So what I'm going to do, I think, is I'm going to try two different things. This guy, let's look at the assassinate chance, 33, 31. But we could put our spy master there to improve that. So I'll show you what's going on here. Right now he's leading troops in Haves. Okay, let's do the second part of this then first. The second part is on this particular faction for this guy. What I could do is this claimant, I can just go and try to improve relations with him even further and potentially make it where it doesn't happen, I believe. And I could be wrong on that. I may be better off to do it to there, right? Right. Well, he's actually got an independence. See, he's actually claiming independence. So he's kind of involved in two things. He's actually trying to get independence, and he's then also in this plot for Hungary. So what I'm going to do, let's try two things, and it may not make a big difference, but this is just me being goofy. I want to improve diplomatic relations. He's located in, I believe he's Thames, is what it is, I think. Duke of Thames, right. So I'm going to move this guy to improve diplomatic relations in Thames. So we'll work on that first. Then we will eventually move our... Okay, we got some... And somebody else had mentioned this too. We got some religious things to squish a bit. Well, it actually isn't the county, but it's just this guy. Demand religious conversion. No. Okay, we'll deal with that later. What I was doing there, just for those not familiar, I was just looking at the religious thing to make sure, you know, it's all the same color. Sometimes you'll get a different color in there, and that tells you the county. But we do have a few heretics still hiding in the woodwork, but we'll take care of that later. We need to get back. Let me continue. Let's get this running a little bit, and then we want to have our spy master. Oh, the rise of the Hansa. Several German merchant guilds and trade cities along the shores of the northern Europe have come together in Rostock to form the Hanseatic League with the blessing of Kaiser Ludolf I of the Holy Roman Empire. This loose confederation of free imperial cities is dedicated towards the continued prosperity of its members and the mutual defense of any merchant vessels flying its flag. Their eventual and unstated goal, of course, is to one day completely dominate all trade along the Baltic and North Seas. That's bound to ruffle some feathers. My thinking exactly. Well, let's hold off on that. Now, let me pause again because there's something else that I wanted to look at. In Poland, for the Kingdom of Poland, if we go in and we look at claimants here, as you can see with these thumbs up, there's a few claimants that I could invite to my court that then would give me a line to try to take over Poland, I believe. Now, I was looking at this earlier, and one in particular that interests me a bit, although the religious thing here throws it a bit, but this guy right here, this Stanislav here, he's 70 years old, and he will come to my court, and he has a line. If I look at him, he only has one child, which is a 50-year-old daughter, and she has no children. Now, my thinking is that potentially I could bring him in, get a reason to go after Poland, and by the time I actually get it done and take it over and all this stuff, hopefully he's just about dead or dies shortly thereafter, and then I can swoop in and take it over and kick people out and do whatever I need to do. That may not be legit, but I'm going to take a look at it and try it. So I'm going to go ahead and invite that guy to court. confirm. Invite to court. Send. Okay. So I want to go and do that and get that going as quickly as possible before he dies. Factions. Okay, we got that guy. Excellent. Convert them heathens. Yeah. I'm going to go ahead and move my spy master to pest. We'll let that run for a little bit and see how that goes. Kind of look around and see some of this other stuff that's going on. Oh, and somebody had asked me about looking at the armies thing again real quick, which I pulled it up here. And you could see here, you know, right here, Croatia, we're in about, what, 6th place, it looks like, as far as army size. And over Poland, I mean, we have Poland outgunned pretty decently. So when it goes to full war and I hire mercenaries, we should be able to handle it. But we do have problems here, as Byzantine is a real issue. I mean, that is just a major zerg going on. So, I mean, I'm going to have some serious issues if all of a sudden they get froggy. And yes, she is still hanging around, so... so let me take a look here. Okay. Yeah, that's not exactly what I'm looking for. Give it a little bit more time and see. Let's take a look at this. Okay, this actually dropped percent-wise. I don't know if it's because mine increased or theirs didn't. I didn't take a note of the number before. Okay, let's take a look at 3331. I'll let that go a little bit longer if we try to do anything there. Where did it say? Oh, he's in Heaves right now. Guess they're having an in-squabble there. Defending against Fistal Pest in the war over Heaves. Okay, yeah. Gotta just let them have their fun. Continue with your festivities. Do we actually have any other? No. Can invite Noble. We don't have any other events that we can hold right now. No. Okay, so we'll just keep an eye on that potentially in the future. Yeah. I don't think that really gave me a direct line like I was hoping. Let me look at something here while our time is ticking by. Oh, yep, some of our construction is completing. That's fine. We do need to do a bit more construction. Like I said, sorry, this particular episode is kind of just meandering because it's not really, nothing is really popping up and happening. So it's just, Okay, during my visit, managed to make him understand. Excellent. By 40. Perfect. Perfect. Let's let this run for a second. Okay, this is severely dropping off, I believe. Well, percentage-wise, it's getting less. So, I think that's fine. I don't think we have that much to worry about with those currently. Let me try to, let's see. Oh, well, he's back now, I think. Pause that for a second. Let's take a look here. Okay. Okay, he's reigning in Abju. What the hell? Where the hell is that at? Oh, okay, there it is. Okay, so I got my guy in the wrong place, basically. Can I move him yet? Let's move him there. Alright, we'll let the clock go for a little bit. Alright, well, like I said, okay, yep, some of our construction stuff is finished, and we do have some money, so we do need to get some more construction. Also, let me take a look at our retinues. Okay, those, we can go ahead and build some more. Currently, 9 and 6, we're at 6K at 10K, right? So we can go ahead and order up another, let's see, what do I want to get? I want to get more cavalry. That. Okay. 120, that's fine. We'll leave a little bit of fudge room just in case something affects it, but that's fine. We're doing pretty good. Our army sizes are definitely moving along nicely. Let's take another quick look. We haven't looked at our vassals lately. Everybody's in the green, so we're getting maximum cash output. Everything is moving along good. Okay, so let's see. Actually, we'll let them build up a little bit. We don't need to move those guys right now. That doesn't make a lot of sense. Take one more look at this. And this, like I said, I think I did this wrong. Either that or the guy died. I don't know which happened. Oh, he's just in my court. I forget who the guy was. Oh, there he is right there. This guy. Oh, there we go. Excellent. Don't ask me why I did that. Just role playing a little bit, trying to get the guy on my good side. I don't think he. Maybe I might be a little bit rusty here since I haven't been playing this as much lately. But the claimants to the Kingdom of Poland, but he doesn't even show up when I. You know, he doesn't even show up on the choices when I look at declare war. He's not even a choice on here. So obviously I'm sideways on something. So I'm sure one of you will be more than happy to correct me on that, because I've done this before, but obviously I'm obviously looking at something wrong because he was a claimant yet he's not showing up. So I'm not really sure why that's happening that way. So I probably won't play a whole lot further into this episode and try to correct it on the next one. But this is one of those episodes that's proof evidence that I'm not playing through things and seeing that they work out correctly, and then going back and recording it to make it better. So this was kind of one of those episodes where I had some things I was trying to do, and none of them really seemed to pan out that much. Sweetly, gently, we molded our bodies together and recreated the familiar feel of us embracing, touching, loving. Sweet love unfroze this old heart. Lustful. Oh, jeez. 30%, 20% chance. 20% chance of Queen Lopa. The passion overwhelmed Demetero's heart. King Demetero the Great dies. What? Okay. So there's a 30% chance I get lustful, and there's a 20% chance. Oh my goodness. Okay, that was me holding my breath for a couple seconds. Okay, obviously I don't think I died. And I don't think I got lustful. Oh, maybe I did get lustful. Okay, I guess I did get lustful. But I didn't die. So I guess that's good. Jeez. Okay. That would have been pretty insane if I died from a tumble in the sack with her. That would have been a very interesting way to end the episode. But I survived. I survived the gauntlet of the pillows. Alright, let me go ahead and let this run for a couple seconds longer just to make sure nothing crazy like that happens. So basically what we did there was on this episode is we just kind of let some time go by. We let some structures finish. I do need to build a few more structures, and I'm going to go ahead and queue some of those up right now, actually. Structure at least 2, right? So I need to hit this one, actually. Oh no, actually, let's do this one. Try to get everything up a bit. And then... we'll upgrade this. The militia training grounds is only at 1. This is a little cheaper. Now we'll go ahead and do this one for 200. That's all we'll do for now because I don't want to run it too cheap. We're gaining pretty good though. I could throw my Chancellor to taxes because he's pretty much got this guy way up there. I know this has got to be dropping. I know the percent continues to keep dropping. That's got to be dropping. I know it was higher than 2400 before. It has to have been. Okay. So anyway, we did work on... we did a few things on this episode, but a lot of it was low-key, unexciting paperwork shuffling. But we did move a few things around. We got everybody doing something, right? Okay. What's the status? Let's pause. What's the status if we did want to get rid of this dude? Oh, we don't have enough money, so I can't even see what the percentages are. Okay, well, we'll look at that the next episode. I don't think I need to assassinate him, though, because those things are slowly fading away. And again, this thing here, I may have to just go back and recalibrate my brain. Okay, look, hey, we're getting conversions, too. So some of those loose cannons, as someone mentioned, they are getting converted, so that's good. They're slowly going through and pointing them off. Yeah, this I'm going to have to look at again closer to see why that's lining up as it is. But I will look at that. Like I said, I've done it before, and I don't really understand why it's doing that now. But truce with grand principles. Ready. Oh, okay, yeah. And we do have our retinue sitting up there right now, so that's where that's at. But yeah, we're going to continue to push the Poland agenda, I believe. I think that's what I'm going to aim towards right now until something else pops up to get our attention. And we're going to continue to keep building up our army size so that we can kind of stay up at the top end of the food chain, so to speak. It looks like we actually moved up a rank already just on this episode. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, we were 6th. So we must have moved ahead of Africa or something. So we're still doing okay as far as that goes. But we are in a situation where the two big giant titans are on each side of us. So that's kind of a problem. Although Byzantine's kind of sheltering us. And I think they're allied pretty heavily with Ruthenia. So when this starts pushing, they're going to get the brunt of it, not I. Which it looks like they're already... looks like some of it's already starting to happen here a little bit. But we will look at that closer on the next episode. Again, sorry this one was a little bland to a certain degree, but I'll try to get another episode up fairly quickly. Also, some other new exciting stuff should be coming up on the channel here pretty soon. Things were a little slow there for a while. I had different things like taxes and real life stuff and this, that, and the other going on, so that's kind of been some of the reason for the shortage. Appreciate all you guys and your great support on this series. You guys are some hardcore... drama fans for Croatia history here to stick with this series, and I appreciate it. And I think it's a fun series. It's a great series. A lot of drama and ties to the series as far as the different kings and some of the cool things I've done with the transitions and all that kind of stuff. Again, this isn't trying to be a pro series. It's meant to be kind of a fun series, so you guys can kind of come home. I put an episode or two up a week maybe, and you guys can kind of come home and hey, I'll catch an episode of this. It's a weekly TV series for you guys to watch, and hopefully y'all it entertains you and you guys enjoy it. So I appreciate all the great comments and feedback. Please make sure you leave your comments, questions, suggestions, whatever else, and be sure to like this video. That does help. Of course, I'm a small channel, independent, and all that kind of stuff, so every little bit helps. I about choked there. So anyway, again, thanks very much, and I will see you guys next time in the tavern.